better than fit with the Clippers. Yeah, we got.
I hope so.
We got playoff Rondo.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all had last year.
You know what? You can have him.
I don't know.
Good riddance.
Whoa.
Good riddance. Yeah.
Yeah, look. You know you've covered this game long enough. You know everybody's personalities don't mesh. And you got to be careful just because somebody was good at a place. You need to understand the dichotomy of your locker room. Rondo is an abrasive personality. You got two guys now. Rondo will never be as accomplished. It'll never be the players that Kawhi and Paul George are, but they're not the leaders. And Rondo's personality, if Rondo sees something wrong, he gonna say it. And remember that rubbed Paul George, that rubbed Kawhi wrong with Trez, with Lou Williams. Got them up out of there. So in this situation, he saw something was wrong. But I knew the first time that I saw this, Skip, is that Mavericks game. When he passed that ball to Kawhi shot an air ball, and they were saying something coming off the court, and Rondo looked at him like, "What? I threw you the ball. Why'd you hesitate?"
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, Rondo started getting DMPs. Skip, this man has been a starting point guard.
There it is, I believe. There's
He hesitated, pump fake.
Desperation.
Right, air ball.
Completely covered.
And they're walking off the court. And Skip, I was trying to read Rondo lips what he actually said.
I can't read his lips, but he's saying you did something wrong. And Kawhi did not like getting shown up like that after he got stuck in the corner with no time left, completely covered, trying to get a shot up through the hands that are in his face.
But we saw the writing on the wall. Rondo Skip was the starting point guard on a championship-winning team. He was a valuable role player on another championship-winning team. He goes from that to DMP in playoffs. Skip, they call the man Playoff Rondo. And all of a sudden, the man that's named Playoff Rondo is not playing DMP, coach's decision, in a playoff game. You know how this was going to end, Skip.
Yep.
I think the thing is coming back. I think it's another opportunity for LeBron to stay off the ball even longer. You want to really manage LeBron minutes, especially in the early part of the season. Try to keep him somewhere around 32. If you can play him just 30 minutes and get away with that and win ball games, you will. But a guy like Rondo, Skip, you got to define his role. You can't come in there and give him false hope like Rondo, you're going to be playing 28 minutes a night. Rondo, you're going to be playing somewhere around 18 to 20 minutes a night.
So you're telling me Rondo's going to be the two-guard backup for your Lakers? Because you told me LeBron's going to be playing off the ball.
LeBron going to be at the ball. LeBron going to be a Rondo point.
Have the ball. There's another guy named Westbrook who has to have the ball in his hands.
They might not.
So they're going to play with two basketballs? I don't know.
Hold on. You see, why are you worried about what's going on with a championship-winning team?
Because I'm predicting it's going to blow up in your face.
I'm predicting y'all will not make it to the conference championship this year. We are going to the NBA Finals. That's what we will be doing. Now, as I explained to you, Rondo and LeBron, remember how well they played together? Now, you just talked about this last year when y'all got Rondo, how well Rondo played with LeBron and what he was going to bring to the Clippers. Now that we get him back, now you do dumping on him.
Okay, there was nobody there named Russell Westbrook in the bubble, right? I told you he disqualifies every good move that GM LeBron made this year. And that's another good move, quote unquote, until you remember, he's backing up Russell Westbrook, who does not like to come out of basketball games. He wants to play high minutes. He wants to play 40 plus.
Well, he ain't going to be playing 40 plus.
Well, if he isn't, he's going to be unhappy. So you'll have two unhappy campers.
Remember what they talked about? What did Russell say at his press conference? It's about sacrificing. That's what he said at his press conference.
He always says that preseason.
Well,
watch.
You watch.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that Rondo's back. I think he'll fit well. I think he'll do a good job with that second unit. And sometimes LeBron likes to come in there with that second unit. He and AD, great pick and roll action. I like this move. Sneaky.
Okay, sneaky.
Sneaky good.
It's going to be sneaky blow up right in your face.
Why you?
Like one of those trick cigars that blows up in your face. You're going to light it up and it's going to explode.
Why you always try to put bad mouth on our selection?
I'm just predicting what's about to happen because I'm going to go back to the bubble. The unsung hero for that Lakers championship run was one Rajon Rondo. He was playoff Rondo, and he was exactly what the doctor ordered for that team because he came in and saved the day again and again. It was game 2 and game 6, the closeout game. He scored 16 in game 2 and 19 in the closeout game. 16 and 19, and he made 3 of 4 threes in each of those games. That's 6 of 8 threes in game 2 and game 6. Every time he shot a three, I'd say, no, yes, no, yes, because he has a reputation for not being a very good three-point shooter, except in the clutch, under fire. In that series, he made shots that were crucial to your winning the Bubblicious championship.
There you go.
Well, it was. The cubic zirconia. Well, it was. You're playing Miami, the 5th seed, without Bam, without Dragic, 2 of their leading players.
What would the Clippers give for one of those?
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter because Rondo was exactly what you needed, and I thought wrongly exactly what the Clippers needed at midseason to reacquire him. I thought it was a Jerry West special. We let him go get his money in Atlanta. Yeah. Remember? Money the Clippers did not have until Atlanta said, okay, that's enough of that, as he was backing up Trae Young, and that was not working, and that they would hand him back with, they would pay the freight, but hand him back at midseason to the Clippers. And I thought, perfect, bingo. The quarterback this team needs, the leader this team needs, the one guy who will keep Kawhi and Paul George in line on the floor. But there's one thing you can't do. When a play blows up at the end of a game, when it just goes completely haywire, it's also your fault because you're the point guard, and I thought he would distribute for them. He would put them in positions that they could not get in as they blew the 3-1 lead in the bubble to the Nuggets.
Nuggets,
Right?
correct.
Okay, so the point was, you're right. The beginning of the end was that night. It was Game 5 at home. They lost to the Mavericks after they'd won Games 3 and 4 impossibly at Dallas. They came back and they blow Game 5 because they screw up a play at the end of the game. At least you can get a shot.
Right.
And because the ball wound up in the corner in Kawhi's hands, Kawhi didn't love it. And then Rondo is showing him up as they walk off the floor by sort of chewing him out.
We ain't chewing him out, but you ain't going to say something under your breath without me getting back at you.
Well, I'd say.
Why you walking toward me? Just walk onto the locker room. You know, air ball. But LeBron never shot an air ball at the end of the game.
Oh, no? He's probably shot 15 of them.
LeBron ain't never do. He's like, man, I came over here for this.
Yeah, but LeBron takes them himself, and they're like uncontested, and he misses it badly.
And Kawhi tried to show up Rondo. You saw him turn to him, Skip.
Well, he didn't that's something you save for the locker room, right? What says in there stays in there.
Well, you should have saved that shot for practice.
Okay, so look what happened to Rondo after that Game 5. Here are the minutes he played in the first 5 games against the Mavericks.
Yeah.
24, 19, 26, 20, and 21. Right. That'll work. That's what I thought you'd get out of him.
That's what.
Then all of a sudden, after that little altercation on the floor, his minutes fell to 10 in Game 6 and 9 in Game 7 against the Mavericks. Then we start the Utah series, and he plays 28 the first game, which shocked me.
Right.
Didn't play well. They lost. And then did not participate. DNP in the next 2 games. And then he's inactive for the 3rd game. That's when I knew, this thing's completely over. You didn't even dress him?
Yep.
Okay, and then he played 9 minutes in Game 5 and 7 minutes in Game 6. So he is falling completely out of the rotation. And in the final go-around against the Suns, he did play 22 in Game 1, but then the last 3 games of that series, DNP, gone, right? So you knew he was gone, and he gets traded to, where was it, Memphis. And then he's going to get bought out because they don't want any part of Rondo. Right. And with John Morant, and he's back in your good graces, you think. But there was no Russell Westbrook in the bubble.
Skip, I really think Rondo took that big payday because the Lakers didn't have that kind of money. But I don't think Rondo really wanted to leave the Lakers. He had to because the Hawks were offering $15 million for 2 years. The Lakers only probably had like $1.5 million, $2 million.
Agreed.
So you'd be foolish not to take that, Skip. But I don't really think he was happy because he didn't think the Hawks had a legitimate chance of winning a championship. And for whatever reason, it just did not work with him and the Clippers. It didn't. Paul George and Kawhi's personalities. Skip, look, they're great players, but they're not what we call leaders. Yep. And that doesn't necessarily mean just because you're the best players, you got to be the leaders.
Okay. But and who is Paul George's best friend on the team? Reggie Jackson. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Mr. What do we call him? June? Mr. June?
Mr. June.
Yeah, Mr. June. Reggie Jackson, who suddenly rose and shone in the playoffs, and that was the end of Rondo, because then you didn't really need Rondo.
Correct. Because not only was he being able to, he could score. At this juncture, Rondo can't score like that. Now, we've seen, Skip, Rondo had I think it's the Eastern Conference Finals against the Heat. He had a 44-point game. So he could score once upon a time, not give you like 20 a night, but he could score.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, Skip, it just never worked for the Clippers.
Okay, and maybe it's because he was unhappy too, but I start seeing some erosion in his performance where he's starting to age right before your very eyes. He's going into year 16. this year.
Yeah.
Of course, that fits right in with your team, the geriatric team.
Don't worry about that.
Huh?
We won a championship. Y'all ain't won a championship.
What's LeBron now? 40?
Gonna be 37 and cutting butt.
37, I'm sorry.
37 and cutting butt. You're
Really?
19.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody in year 19 cut butt like this?
What time is it now? He's probably already finished, his third workout today?
Second.
Well, he's got his third coming up.
We up since
He's
420.
doing 3 a days, right? 420?
Through Savannah Posh surprise birthday party.
Really?
You saw that?
I did not.
Man,
I don't follow LeBron.
Man, yeah.
Huh.
Mama looking good. Said, hey, after you held this thing down for me over the last 20 years,
Really?
this is what I got for you.
LeBron gets up at only 4:20? That's late.
Hey, no, hold on. Tell about Skip.
I'm already done with my first workout by
Okay,
then.
but that's your only workout of the day. He got 3.
No, I do 2 a day.
Oh, he doing 3.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Okay. You know, he should do 4 a day.
Hold up.
Because that'll de-age you, right?
He doing 3 workouts a day, going over scripts.
Really?
You know, potential movies, because
Yeah.
you know that Space Jam was a hit. Yeah, you know that Space Jam was a hit.
Not in my house.
You a hater though. It's a lot of hate emanate from your house.
Yeah.
Get Ernestine out of there, and she good.
Ernestine was completely objective. She said, seriously?
No.
I can't watch this.
You done rubbed off on Ernestine.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
She was not predisposed to not like this, but she was like, seriously?
I liked it.
But we had watched the first Space Jam first. Just a reminder of how good it was, the real
Man, they
original.
shot that with a camcorder.
Really?
You see the CG they had in this?
Yeah.
This is up-to-date stuff, Skip.
They needed it.
4K.
Yep.
Camcorder.
They needed it to fool people.
We still have those floating around, camcorders.
Yeah, I do. I still got one.
Oh, and by the way, the workouts Jenny's been doing lately is a big old 0. So I need to be inspired
Me too,
by
Jenny.
LeBron. I've been really slacking lately.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.